Well, hello folks. The question that I have for you today is how well can the Ivory Coast do in the 2022 World Cup? Let's find out. Yeah, that's right. Well, welcome along. I am the Custard Prophet, and this is a continuation of my save with the Ivory Coast. We're packaging it a little bit different because this is pretty darn spectacular. The Ivory Coast have qualified for the World Cup, and let's see how they get on. So today's episode, we're going to have a little run through the group that has been drawn. We're going to play the first game, and we'll have a look at the squad that we've selected. Okay, let's get into this. So let's have a look first of all at how things have gone up to this point. So if you were watching the series prior to this, we had just won the African Cup of Nations, and so everything up to this then would be sort of preparing ourselves for the World Cup. I'm not going to go into these games in any great detail, but you can see that after winning the African Cup of Nations against Cameroon, we have won every single game, and in fact my record at this nation is utterly amazing. I mean, it's certainly better than anything I've ever done in FM before. I think it's absolutely crazy. The only game I've lost is a random. It's against Jamaica. I thought it was Trinidad and Tobago. So we have played Jamaica. This is interesting, and we'll show you why. So we lost 3-1 to Jamaica in the past, and it wasn't great. But this is interesting because this might be relevant. Yeah, so we went through all of this, and we've qualified for the African Cup of Nations with a perfect record. As you can see, we've got our goal scorers were brilliant. Our attacking players absolutely brilliant. At the back, you can sort of see here we were conceding a couple of goals, but this was basically because people were switching off, and it was the same thing that happened against South Africa. We went miles up, and then we kind of switched off, and we need to. We need to make sure we don't do that in the future. So, yeah, top in the group with South Africa, Mozambique and Rwanda is one thing, but we've qualified for the World Cup, and this is the group that we have. So you will see that we have got a fairly straightforward group, I think. As straightforward as things can get. I don't think it's going to be easy, because of what you've just seen, and the first game that you will see is against Jamaica, and you've seen that we lost 3-1 at home against Jamaica previously, and it just wasn't a good performance, and I don't really understand it, and I don't think they're that good. So we'll see what happened. I put it down to tiredness, but it might be more than that, and that's something that we need to think about. But the other teams in this group, we have Spain and Qatar. So Qatar being the top pot seed because it's based in Qatar, the 2022 World Cup, that is a pretty nice group to fall in. Spain obviously are going to be strong favourites to win this group, and I think they are undoubtedly going to get 9 points unless we have a very, very good performance against them. So we are going to be playing Jamaica today, and we're going to get into that game in just a second. But first of all, what I want to do is just show you the squad that we've picked. So this is the squad that we picked. There are 23 that we are hoping are going to do the business. Now, the Ivory Coast are full of very, very good players, but the majority of those are attacking players. There's some brilliantly good attacking players at this team. Defensively, maybe not so strong, but let's have a look through the team that we've picked. So goalkeeper was an easy one, really, because we don't really have any other goalkeepers apart from these two, Gabuhu and Mande, of any quality at all. The rest, and you can see the third guy here is a 20-year-old, and he's here basically for experience, but there's no one else. We've got a 16-year-old maybe coming through, but it's far too early to give him a go. So really, those two had to come, and it was somebody else. That was an easy decision to make. Similarly, centre-back, our best two centre-backs are Bolly and Bailly, Eric Bolly and Bailly. You can see from their prices that they are two decent players. They're playing in the Premier League. And behind that, we had Simon Deli, who played almost exclusively at the African Cup of Nations. So he's a good player to come in. And one player who's come through in recent times since we were last together is this lad, Sinali Diamande, who is a good young player. He's only 2.5 stars at the minute, but he looks like he's going to get better. He's playing with Lyon at the minute, and he's basically our fourth choice, or maybe even fifth choice centre back. But he's played some games and he's done all right. On the right side, we've got a few players who can play that. Serge Aurier is going to be our starter, but we've also got Cossinu and Eric Bailly. There's a few players that we could have turned to outside of this squad, but none of those are as good as these three, and it made sense with Bailly and Cossinu in the squad. They can both play out right. We didn't need another dedicated right back, I didn't think. On the left side, well, we've got Serge Aurier can play that, but Max Cornet has been playing there and doing brilliantly for us, and we've also got Conan the Barbarian as well, who's a great player. So defensively, I think I'm happy with the players we've got. I think there is a lack of depth maybe in certain areas in terms of general ability, but it's not bad. In the centre of midfield, we've got a lot of options. Obviously, the key one here is Franck Kessié, who is the best player in our midfield, in that central midfield by a country mile, and it's whoever is going to play with him. We've got the likes of Ahulu, who you've seen before. He's here. Akbar Akpro, Fofana are all here, and someone you haven't seen is Idriss Doumbia, and you can see he's playing at Sporting Lisbon. Decent player. He's had a couple of games. He scored a goal, 5 caps, so he's a new call-up. Further up the pitch, again, we've got some great players in the centre, the likes of Traore and Boga. They're doing a good job. Boga can play left and right as well. And then we've got the likes of Zaha, Diallo, and Pepe, who can play on the left and the right side, with Asale and Kiyame up top. I mean, we've got many more attacking midfielders who could have come into this squad, the likes of Javinho. He hasn't even seen the squad for 2 years, but then there's 2 or 3 other younger players who could definitely come into this squad, and also a bunch of forwards like Haller from West Ham. He couldn't get into the squad either. So I'm happy with the team we have. There's no major player out injured. This is as good a squad as I think we have available to us, which is kind of what we wanted, just to see how we get on. Right then, if you aren't aware, this is the tactic that we've been playing up to now. It's a 4-2-3-1. It's been working awesomely. Occasionally, certainly against Spain, we'll bring, and we don't actually have a player to do this. Gabamin didn't make the cut, but we'll bring someone in there, I think. That's probably a mistake, actually, thinking about it. I should have had a better defensive midfielder like Gabamin who could come in there, but we don't actually have that in the squad. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe we'll go with 3 in the central midfield position. But, you know, anyway, this is the team, the way this is set up, and it works very well. We'll probably also push the mentality back a little bit as well. Right then, let's have a look who we're playing. It's Jamaica. We'll have a run through how they've got on recently. Right then, so in fact, they've played very well. They lost to Mexico. And drew against Antigua and Barbuda. They've beaten Saudi Arabia quite comfortably in the playoffs. Very poor there in the World Cup qualifying 3rd round. Some poor results there. But they are gonna cause us some issues. They won the Gold Cup as well. That shows what they're all about, beating Mexico in the final. So this is not an easy tie. What are they in the world? They're 34th equal in the world. You see where we are. There you go, 16th now, currently in the world. It is absolutely awesome. We've got some great players. I'm very excited about this. Right then, let's do this thing. It's going to be fun. I'm hoping we've got enough about us to beat Jamaica. Spain, comfortable win in their opening game against Qatar. This is the one that we have to win. I've got the team that I want out. We've got a really good bench. Wilf Zaha is on the bench. Let's run through the team that we're going to start with. So Asale is maybe the surprising forward. He has been playing brilliantly, and I don't see a reason to bring Kiyame in, considering how well Asale's played. If we need to, we'll bring him on, but at the minute, he's scoring goals. The front line, it's interesting. Pepe is on the right side, Diallo's on the left, and Boga in the centre. So no place for Wilf Zaha, which is interesting as well. Things have evolved since we were together last. Kessié, of course, he's in the centre with Fofana this time. It could have been Akpro, who's been very, very strong, but we're going with Fofana and hoping that's the right decision. Cornet has been very good in big matches, so I think and hope he can do the business for us on the left side of defence, and Aurier is on the right, Bolly and Bailly in the centre with Gabuhu in goal. So it's a strong set of players. Is this going to be enough to get the better of Jamaica? We can only find out by playing them, which is what we're going to do. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the scoreline is going to be? Can we get through this? Can we get through this one? If we do get through this one, if we win this one, I think we'll qualify from the group. If we lose this one, I don't think we'll qualify from the group. It's as simple as that. So this is probably the most important match of the 3 games. And I didn't actually see what I was clicking there and saying we should win this fairly comfortably. I don't think that's true at all. We might have to take Kessié off, and I am very confident in Max Cornet. He, of all people, I'm very, very confident. So here we go. We're going to go on to balanced initially. We're going to demand more from the off. Boga's taken the corner, and they've cleared it. Bailly plays it around the corner. Pepe, he's got it. Oh, it's a lovely save from Blake. It just deflected to the striker there, and there was a chance to get a very early goal from the boys. That would have been a very nice, great start from the Ivory Coast. Or XG already looking very, very good. But we want to make sure that we make the most of the chances when we get them, of course. So Harding there for Jamaica. Is he going to play a ball in? Oxford. Oh wow, Kemar Roof, and that just, my God, I mean, that did not look like it was going to go in, and they just found the top corner with it. Gorgeous strike. Let's have a look at that. Now this is a bit of a surprise for us. Oxford has the ball here, just plays it into Roof, and there's no angle there. And the goalkeeper is probably the big problem in our team, but I don't know whether he could have done any better there. Well, they've taken the lead, which is not ideal. And yeah, so we're 1-0 down. Diallo. I mean, it's early days. I'm not panicking yet. We were 1-0 down in the final of the African Cup of Nations, and we came back there. So we are completely capable of getting out of this. Fofana. But we need to start creating the chances and need to start making the most of it. Fofana back to the goal, back to the centre-back. Cornet, the man they didn't trust, the man I trust implicitly, into Fofana. Cornet's got it. Beautiful ball in, and Cornet into Boga, and it is Max Cornet. He is the right man to be starting at left back. Brilliant stuff. It is 33 minutes played. It is 1-1. We're back in this match, playing well. Let's see that again. Cornet plays it back to Fofana. Fofana into Cornet, and you know, he just picks out Boga. Defensively, you could say they should have done a little bit better. What we are going to do, I think, just to try and create a few more better quality chances, we'll work the ball in the box. So Diallo's got it here. Another very strong player. As he loses out there, but he's managed to get it back. Fofana into Cornet. Oh wow, and they're getting the bodies behind the ball, and that's causing us a few issues. So Harding and Diallo, he clears it, but Hector's got that. We close him down. Come on, boys, close him down. Ooh, volley into Cornet. We've managed to pick that off with our defenders. Diallo, he's on a little run. A lot of players you'll see running with the ball. We are very good at this. Diallo, Pepe, he shoots from anywhere. Oh, just wide. Sorry, there was a bit of a glitch there. It didn't. Yeah, so 1-1 at half time. Not too disappointed with that. XG wise, we absolutely deserved it. Deserved our goal. Not sure they deserved theirs, but we'll live with that. Still plenty of the match to play. We're going to go on positive and see if we can push. Oh, we've got a few nervous players. Yeah, push on and win the second half. Well, we'll demand more. We're not seeing much, so we will make some personnel changes, I think. Kessier is nervous. That's unexpected. So I'm going to take off our striker there. I'm also going to swap these two around. Pepe is going to come off. He's not seen much. And we're going to bring on Wilf. See if Wilf can be the man that we need. We've got such quality on the bench, so we might as well use it. I'm going to take off work the ball in the box. I wonder whether that's actually stifling us a little bit. We have got a lot of players who can shoot from distance and score goals, so maybe we'll get one of those. I think we have deserved a goal, but maybe we can get it here. Bailly. He finds Diallo. Diallo over the top. It's the new boy, Kasame. He hasn't scored. That was the chance. We haven't got it. We've absolutely dominated this match. Boga is knackered. Let's bring Traore on. We're going to play. Well, we're going to play our wing backs on attack. We've got to go for it, haven't we? The two wing backs on attack. Let's go for this in the last 10 minutes. See if we can get this. Not seeing anything yet. We're going to go on attacking at this point. Come on. Can we? Last couple of seconds. We're seeing a lot of cards, but maybe this is a chance right at the end. Bailly into Kessier. Kessier into Traore. Traore to Fofana. Fofana. It's Wilf. Wilf's just walking with the ball. He finds Diallo. Oh. That's not it. And are we going to get a disappointing draw here? It is. It's a disappointing draw. I mean, XG wise, we bossed the hell out of that game, and they scored the only chance they had, really. And yeah, that is frustrating. That is frustrating. But we just have to now. We have to beat Qatar, and we have to beat them well, and then we have to try and not lose terribly to Spain. And I think that's the difference. We'll see what happens. It's not all doom and gloom. It is a draw against the side we should be beating. But that's the World Cup, isn't it? That's what happens. They're not good enough. There's a few too many nervous players out there. Because I've got no one else in that position. It was a nice finish. It was a nice finish. I mean, I don't like it, but yeah, I think they're ahead of us on. I don't know why they're ahead of us on, because we were alphabetical order. We would be ahead of them, but you know, anyway, let's see what happens. We're going to be playing Spain next, and we'll see whether we can do something against Spain. It's going to be hard, isn't it? It's going to be very, very hard, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time for our second game in this World Cup qualifier. And I'll see you next time in this World Cup group stage. See you then. Bye bye.